Hello everyone, it's April 24th, 2025, 6:30 p.m. and the day we've all been waiting for has arrived. The verdict has been delivered. The verdict in the highly controversial case of Rainer Fuellmich and the Corona Committee was delivered a few minutes ago. Before we get to the big reveal, let's take a look at the background. Rainer Fuellmich, a German-American lawyer, is no stranger to high-profile court cases. He first made headlines with lawsuits against Deutsche Bank and Volkswagen. Recently, however, he has become a polarizing figure due to his role in the Corona Committee, which he co-founded in July 2020. What exactly is the Corona Committee? It's an extra-parliamentary committee of inquiry in Germany that examined the government's response to the COVID-19 pandemic. Fuellmich and his team claimed the pandemic was a plandemic, orchestrated by global elites and attempted to hold leading politicians accountable for crimes against humanity in so-called Nuremberg 2.0 inches trials. Their claims were nothing short of sensational. They argued that PCR tests were unreliable and COVID vaccines violated the Nuremberg Code. They even accused prominent figures like German virologist Christian Drosten of pandemic fraud and said the World Health Organization, WHO, and the World Economic Forum, WEF, were involved in a global conspiracy. Fuellmich's actions gained him a considerable following among COVID-19 conspiracy theorists and generated donations of over 1 million euros. He even ran for political office in Germany with the small party Die Basis, but only achieved 1.59% of the vote. Kind of like the party, only more serious. His path, however, has not been without its challenges. Legal experts doubted the success of his lawsuits, and many of his claims were refuted. A notable example is the false claim that a lawsuit was filed in Canada against the WHO and the WEF. Fact-checkers, including newschecker.in, have repeatedly exposed these inaccuracies. Today, the court delivers its verdict in a case some are calling a judicial scandal involving Fuellmich. The charges against him are still somewhat unclear, but allegations of spreading misinformation and harming the public are at the forefront. You could almost say it's about a modern incitement of the people paragraph. Regardless of whether the court found him guilty or not guilty, this verdict will have significant implications not only for Fuellmich, but also for public discourse about the pandemic and the law. You'll hear the verdict that was announced today, April 25, 2024, at approximately 6:30 p.m. The verdict is in. Rainer Fuellmich has been sentenced to 3 years and 9 months in prison. A portion of his time served while awaiting trial will not be counted towards his sentence. Unconfirmed reports suggest this portion is 5 months. This means the sentence against Rainer Fuellmich is even harsher than expected. The people are shocked by this miscarriage of justice. Don't forget to like, subscribe and hit the notification bell so you don't miss anything. By the way, the majority of the audience members reportedly said the following phrase as they stood up: "Not in my name." Thanks for watching and see you soon. Today's decision will certainly go down in history and spark many discussions. Stay informed and critical, because the truth is often more complex than it seems at first glance. Never believe my information alone, and also inform yourself through other alternative sources and media. Only those who inform themselves sufficiently and from many sources learn to understand the real truth. Your Superman Granada.
When you like this video, please subscribe this channel and activate the bell. Many thanks.